Star Wars is now 40 years old.
I find 99 objects that do 99...
But a bitch ain't one.
Welcome to Fat Man Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Mark Bernard.
Okay, so Star Trek Discovery is happening, whether you want it to or not.
What is the sonic power Black Canary uses called in the comic book?
Canary cry?
Correct!
This episode of Quit Stalling is brought to you by Jinx.com. You get 10% off of your entire shopping cart. Use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout. Did BlizzCon get you hyped? Are supersonic acrobatic rocket power battle cars your thing? Is that friend from high school still too into Halo? Head on over to Jinx.com and use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout to get 10% off of your entire shopping cart. I am not sure if you guys could hear that. The little OBS interface is messing up again, but you know what? We're gonna roll with it. We're doing great. We have a very special show today. First things first. Yes, that is my real name. I am Herald Silvestre, your host for Quit Stalling Geekcast. This is our 50th episode, guys. It's a landmark. We've actually done like way more. We're probably on like 89 at this point, but you know, officially the 50th episode. And I'm gonna play some bed music real quick while I'm talking. But you know, guys, it's been a great year and a half of doing the show. And you know what? I want to get to the rest of the geeks because the Geekcast is nothing without the geeks. And first he was the aggro crag. Then he was the mega crag. Now he's the super aggro crag of geeks. It's Jay Sanchez. How you doing, Jay?
Can't see me. What up, guys? Welcome to the QS party, because the QS party don't stop. Woo!
Oh man, good to see you, Jay. And man, I haven't said this in the longest time. From the home of Hao and Kimusabis, in a galaxy not so far away, the scruffy-looking nerd herder himself. It's James Gutierrez. How you doing, James?
What's up? Shout out to the hostess with the mostest. Thanks for having me again. And it's good to be back. It's good to be back with Jay. Good to be back with you, Harold. It's awesome. I'm very glad to be back on the show. It's been a while.
Dude, it's been a long time, and oh wow, we're hearing some of the feedback from your laptop on the show. If you could mute the Facebook real quick, I'm really sorry.
It's muted. Yeah, it's muted.
Okay, all right, but yeah, man, like it's all good. You look great in the new interface, and I'm hoping, at least once a month we can get you on the show. Like if we could hook that up, it'd be great to have you. It'd be great to have you on more, guys. It's been so long since we got the band together, and sadly Juancho can't make it because he's feeling really sick tonight, and Diego had some work to do. But I want to welcome everyone to the Quit Stalling Geekcast. This is the 50th episode, like I said. This is November 23rd, the year of our Lord 2017, and this is the show that has as many show host lineups as the DC Universe has Earth. And this is our weekly excuse to figure out if Diego Z's love for Liv Moore could actually be qualified as necrophilia. So we're still trying to figure that out, guys.
There are 52 of us?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like...
permutations of
53 if you include Earth X, like...
Or, infinite Earths. That's,
no, it's just 52, including Earth.
I know, but
anyway.
I know. 4 times, we're actually a lot of hosts. Over the year and a half, we've had like a whole lot of hosts. So... I'll figure that out. I'll figure out the method.
Did you
Go for it, bro.
Like, you picked out 89, like, oddly specifically. Is it really 89 episodes, or did you just make that number? It's like, well, we've really done more than 9. Like, that was, like, very specific. Like, not a random number. You just picked out a
how many letters are there in the alphabet? Let me figure that out, and then I'll add it to 50.
If he makes it specific, no one's going to ask, and... Well, you're asking, but...
It's actually more like 77, because we had test episode like A to Z, and then...
Where did the 12 come from?
Hey man, math is hard.
Hey man. Hey man.
That's why I'm doing this for a living and not working at NASA. So, guys, man, like I do at the start of every show.
Yeah, Harold's
just
just
doing this.
Asa without the M.
I'm just
Anyway,
Asa.
sorry.
Like I do at the start of every show, I'm just doing this, guys. I'm just doing this. I'm gonna ask you and everyone at home, what have you guys been up to since the last show that you were on? Oh my God, that's a lot. It's gonna be shorter if I ask Jay. So Jay, let's start with you.
You know, life, Punisher, Netflix. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. So James, man, this is gonna be quite long. What have you been up to, man, since the last time you were on the show? It's been ages.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think the last time I was in the West Coast, I was working on a different project. I had an awesome road trip going out to the Midwest with my brother.
Shout out to
Matt.
Yeah, Matt took a Greyhound from Arkansas to go to California, and then we drove from California to Arkansas. It took us about 5 days.
Oh my God!
I did that from LA to Arizona, and I'm never gonna do that again. Greyhound.
Yeah, he got mugged on the Greyhound. Like
what? Tell us more about that.
It was like a technical mugging. The guy came up to him and was like, "Hey, buy me a sandwich so I don't have to mug you." And Matt's like, "So do you want chips with that?" Like.
Holy crap, dude! That's pretty scary.
Yeah, but it's such a Matt response too. Oh yeah, sure. Do you want chips? I can get you soda too.
Yeah, that's so Matt, dude.
Oh man, that's stuff you only see on TV, man.
We had a great trip going out. We stopped over.
Or if you hang out with the Gutierrez, anyway.
What?
Or if you hang out with the Gutierrez, you see that.
Yeah. We stopped in Vegas, and then we stopped in what's it called? We went through Utah. We went to a couple national parks. Zion National Park is gorgeous. It is a beautiful place in Utah. We stopped also in Colorado. We were in Denver. That was.
Are you guys Mormons now?
What?
Are you guys
Are we
Mormons?
Mormons? No. Colorado is probably, like, Portland is still my favorite U.S. city, but Colorado and Denver was awesome for a variety of reasons, none of which are legal in other states. But
yes,
it was very fun. You know, it's the Mile High city, and it is it's some good times. And then
some good shit, huh?
Oh. You know it. And then I've been in the Midwest pretty much. I was in Chicago for a couple weeks. Went up to Wisconsin. I got to sit down with the CEO of Johnsonville Sausage. Like, it was pretty cool.
That's pretty big, dude.
Yeah, I got free sausages. Like, dude, he gave me a certificate.
What cartel are you working for? I know we asked you this while you were off camera, but what cartel are you working for that's gotten you all these sweet meetings? You met the guy from Capcom, now you're meeting the guy from Johnsonville. Come on.
Did?
Yeah, who else? Like, I met some cool people on this project. Like, I got. The Johnson Controls was probably one of the biggest companies I sat down with. They do a lot of stuff in the background. Like, they're one of those smart building designers, and like they're building the Hall of Fame, the Football Hall of Fame.
Right? Yeah.
The NFL Hall of Fame. They're building the new one. They're making it into a smart entertainment city, which is pretty cool. Who else? Shucks. I'm sitting down with the Toyota forklift company next week. That's gonna be cool. Like, they have a really awesome facility. Like, it's super, all the autonomous designing and whatnot. But it's just been interesting to go through the Midwest. I mean, it's completely different vibe. Like, Detroit was actually pretty cool. Like, Detroit's changed quite a bit, man. Like, people will talk crap about Detroit, but they've
Is it still a
bounced
ghost
back.
town?
No, they've bounced back, man. Downtown Detroit is quite charming.
That's awesome. I went there, I think last year. We watched the U.S. Women's National Team soccer game, and it was a ghost town, dude. Like, it was kind of scary being there. So it's good to know that they've they've bounced back since then. That's good to know.
Yeah, and so now I'm in Indiana. I'll be here. I'm leaving for Ohio later, like after this episode, and then I'll be there.
Just take us on the road, dude. Just take us on the road.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I'll just call from my phone and just do a driving episode. But then I'm like, I need my ways. Like, I'm gonna get lost.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
No, that's gonna make for a better show, dude. Come on.
no.
You guys, there's like a guy with a hook for a hand on the road. I'm gonna stop by and see if he's all right.
Pick up the hitchhiker. Hey, welcome to the show. We have our first guest.
What's your name? What's your name?
Jason. All right, Jason. Welcome to the show. Oh man, I love how James just ducked that cartel question. But yeah, just so he doesn't get in trouble, we're gonna just skip past that. Did you try Q barbecue in Chicago? Did you try Q barbecue?
No, I haven't. There was a lot on my list to try. Like, honestly, I think that I've had it too much, but I'll keep going back. I'll probably get it another 3 times before I leave. Is Portillo's.
Portillo's,
is
dude. Yes.
So good.
Yes.
Like
So
the
good.
Italian beef with the Polish sausage. Oh.
Bring some home. Bring some
It's
home.
like the least ethnic, authentic restaurant, but it's so good, man.
It's so and it's cheap too. It's like that sandwich. That sandwich is like $5. Like,
And it's like this big. It's like this big.
Huge. It is so delicious, and I had probably one of the best steaks that I've ever had in my life over in Chicago. We went to this small historic place in downtown. Like, Chicago's got a mad good food scene. Like, it's pretty good. And then out here in Indiana, I guess I just haven't really I've tried to go out. What I miss is Filipino food, man. When I was in Detroit, I was like looking for Filipino food, and I typed it in Yelp, and it said I had to go to Canada. And I was like, what? It's like, you got to go to Ontario. I mean, it's close. It's like literally it was like 15 minutes away. But I'm I'm not across the border and deal with all the border patrol, like, just to
do
go
you need
to
like
get
a visa for that?
Bro, for CC, man.
No, not with the U.S. passport. Like, I could do a day trip. And all for the seasick, right? Like, because like when I was in Chicago, they had a seafood city, but the seasick there was crap, man. Like, it was a joke. I was angry. Like, I was legitimately angry. Like, I see all the other Filipinos that are enjoying it. They're like, oh, sarap to. I'm just like, no, crispy seasick is too much. Like, come on. You've been in the States too long. What's wrong with you? I was looking for Filipino food here in Indianapolis, and there's none. There's this Asian fusion place.
Let's put something up, man. Business time.
It's business time.
I have a great business idea that I'm not going to share online.
Let's talk about it later.
We'll talk about it off air. Talk about it off air, guys.
Off air, 'cause I don't want these people to steal it. It's great. It's some shark.
Wala, he lost the Gooch Patrol na. He just called them these people.
Oh,
what?
no.
Call them what?
His whole demographic.
Well,
right,
if they're the
James.
Gooch Patrol, those are these people. I don't want the Gooch Patrol. Like, where did this name come from? I did not sign off on this.
Because I was doing that little cover photo we had for Facebook last year for Quitsmas, and on the tag that says like to the Janiacs, to the Fanatics, I just added like I had one for everyone, and then for James I was like, what do I call James's following? And I was, what's that, Jake?
Wait, did you post content that called my following the Gooch Patrol?
It was very subtle. Like, you probably won't even see it if you look at the cover photo. Like, you could click on the cover photo, our current cover photo, and like scroll back to like to that one, because we've only had like 3 cover photos. You'll see like really tiny.
Please don't call me Gooch. Y'all know what Gooch means.
Yeah.
before I lose too much control of the show.
It's just a nickname for your last name, dude. Gutierrez.
Janiacs.
He's reading.
Parkanauts and the Cooch Patrol. Like, you really there.
I pay attention to the details. Like if you look really close at the background of the show, you're gonna see like a silhouette of the QS. That's how much detail we have in all our stuff. It's just none of our following really cares enough to look too deep into the details. They're just like, these fools are talking. I'm just gonna put them on the background while I wash dishes. So thanks
Don't
for
worry,
asking,
James.
guys.
If we were in a line, like you'd always be in the middle. Because Harold's kind of a dick, I'm kind of an asshole. You're the Gucci.
That's like a double burn, but
it's too early for this shit.
50 episodes, people. 50 episodes. Technically 77. Yeah, man. We hit 50. All right. Thanks for asking, guys. So what I've been up to is pretty much just been working on Game By. We're doing the Overwatch tournament this weekend, which is going to be really fun and hype.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's going to be bomb. And I've just been trying to catch up on some work, so it's been super fun. I've done some content creation. I had my voice filed for agencies to like pick and choose, like, oh, this guy sounds like he's right for our commercial. So it's kind of, yeah, so hopefully that turns into something.
Talk to Inca. Shout out to Inca if you're listening. Talk to Inca.
Just tag her. I do think I tag her. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Do it. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been up to, and I've been super psyched for this show. We lost Jay. I've been super excited for this since the weekend. Like we were supposed to have the show on Tuesday, but scheduling conflicts as they happened. So yeah, sadly we weren't able to do it Tuesday, but I'm so glad we got you today, James. And bummed we couldn't get DZ and Juancho, but that's just how things go. All right, we got Jay back. Jay, turn your camera back on, and we're gonna get to the news.
I dropped my wine.
Oh no! Was it anywhere that stains?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, Jay, you sound so sad. Now I feel bad. All right. Any shout outs you guys want to give before we move on to the news?
Nah, I'm good.
Shout out to Diego Z if he's still tuned in. Miss you, buddy. It's been a while. Looking forward to seeing you also when I get back.
When are you coming back, by the way?
What?
Around December. We'll talk specifics offline.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's new. I've been working on the show, man. I've been working on the show. One more time for James, guys. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get to the news, everyone. Hold on, lower that. Turn this up.
Yes, I see. Good news, everyone.
It's the news, and it's brought to you by James and Jay back. Jay back, hopefully permanently, and James, we're gonna try and work out him being back on a monthly basis. We'll see what happens. Because we've missed this guy. Look at those anime eyes. We miss you, Jay. Miss you, James. All right. So, oh, so beauty, such kawaii. All right.
What is that thing they do?
The heart.
You're doing it cross, James. You're so kind.
I don't know how to do
it. You're not Asian enough yet.
I think it's like do
like
the
that?
poggy thing, but just make it like small. There you go.
Hey,
that's a good one. Yeah, that one looks good. All right, guys. Oh man, yeah, it does look really good. All right, guys.
That needs to be a GIF, dude. Shit.
Yeah, We'll turn it into one. I can actually make GIFs now, so we'll do that.
Nice.
All right, guys. We're gonna start off with some Harry Potter news. We're gonna go through this. We got the much. I don't know if anyone really wanted this happening so soon, but we got the title for the sequel to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's gonna be called Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. And I think the biggest crime of this is they took away Colin Farrell and replaced him with Johnny Depp.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
really, like they're playing the same character?
yeah, it was a big like switcheroo at the very end of the first movie where hold on, let me.
Oh,
Holy spoiler alert!
Yo, that
Yeah,
movie's
so-
hella old. You don't.
I know,
but
I'm gonna take this out. Just go. Go.
Oh, is he really? Okay. Yeah, so that's really the only thing is they pulled the switcheroo at the end. James, have you seen the movie?
I have, and like, yeah, I agree. Colin Farrell's character, like, he was carrying that film a lot. I like Colin Farrell. And
Yeah.
no knock on Johnny Depp. He's a great actor, but they made him look really weird.
They did, and he looked so drugged up, didn't he?
Well, it's Johnny Depp. I didn't have to try too hard. So I agree with that statement.
Yeah. So I hope this turns out better than the first one, because the first one was guilty of uneven pacing. So I hope they learn from their mistakes. And
safe?
Eddie
Am I
Redmayne
safe?
wasn't bad. Yeah, it's safe now, Jay. It's safe to come out.
Alright.
Like,
Yeah,
for real?
so-
You haven't seen that film?
Nah.
Okay.
That movie
Yeah,
came out hella
so-
long ago.
Yeah, so here's a little screenshot of the cast. You see Johnny Depp over there in the far right. So yeah, Fantastic Beasts, taking away our Colin Farrell. Next up, guys. Something I'm sure everyone has seen. Everyone on the show at least has seen. We got a really awesome Deadpool trailer for the Untitled Deadpool movie. Getting wet on wet with Deadpool. Guys, what did you think of this one? I found it pretty funny.
I love Ryan Reynolds. He is my MCM every day. So Deadpool and Deadpool is probably one of the, I guess, funner. Just because you know me, I like the campy superheroes, and it doesn't get much more campy but less PG friendly than Deadpool. You know, and so his just incorporation, the whole Bob Ross thing, that was hilarious. The action scenes look really cool. I love Cable's interactions, and it's just gonna and Domino looks awesome. What's that little girl's name again? Super
Teenage Negasonic. Well,
Yeah. I feel like saying Negasonic is just kind of borderline. You got to be careful how you pronounce that. Just so it's clear. But it looks good. Like, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited for it. It's
Jay,
like,
thoughts on the
it's
show? Oh, sorry,
probably-
James.
It's probably number, like, in terms of upcoming superhero films, it's definitely top 3. Like, it's not
Awesome.
number 1, number 2.
How dare you?
Sorry.
How dare you, James? Black Panther.
Yeah, no, Black Panther Black Panther and Deadpool. Those are the 2. Like,
Yeah,
Black
I
Panther,
agree.
awesome. Like, I've incorporated that handshake, like, from the trailer into my normal, like that's so cool.
Oh, really?
And the trailer is just, oh man, like,
It's really good.
I think it's just because I like what's the politically correct term?
Negasonic Warhead.
I like black superheroes. I think that's just the best way to put it.
Yeah,
like,
that's probably the
you
best way
mean-
to put it.
James, don't you mean superheroes?
No, I'm specifying a particular group of superheroes.
All right.
I love having you guys on the show.
Like Spider-Man over here.
Oh man.
Spider-Man?
At least not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, that's Black Suit Spider-Man, dude. That's no.
Dang it.
That's-
Okay. Jay, thoughts on the Deadpool trailer?
I like Bob Ross. You know, it's fun. My favorite Deadpool. Actually, I only like Deadpool when he's with Cable. So I am pretty excited for this.
Thoughts on Joshua Brolin?
Oh, he is. I am excited for seeing his take on Cable, dude. Like, just so freaking excited for it.
Okay. Yeah, man. It looks good. Apparently, what they're doing is they're having him. I don't know if it's CGI or practical effects. They're having him stand taller than Deadpool, which is appropriate. Even though Josh Brolin is like 5'10" and Ryan Reynolds is like 6'2", they found a way to do it, which is, I think, good. You know, if they could do it for Tom Cruise in every single Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah, dude. Tom Cruise has been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a pint-sized action hero. Like, they make him look so tall, though.
Yeah. So yeah. See, this image is a very small example of that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There are rumors that it's gonna be called the Untitled Deadpool Film. So I'm looking forward to the humor again.
I'd go
Yeah,
with
right.
it.
It really does. So I'm hopeful, and you know, we live. I say this so much on the show, but you know, we live in the perfect age of geeks where we can look forward to a Justice League movie and not have high hopes. You know, like we're that spoiled.
Yeah.
We're that spoiled at this point. So it's like, yes, please keep giving us any content. Like, I know people are bitching, but it's like, come on, guys. A couple of years ago, you would never have gotten the chance.
Was that a call out? Because I was bitching.
You know what? Since we're on the topic, let's talk about the Justice League, guys. Thoughts? So the three of us have seen the movie. I think this is the best time, since I already brought it up. I think this is the best time to talk about the Justice League, don't you?
I agree.
All right, let's do it.
Holy spoiler alert!
All right, who wants to go first, guys? Thoughts on the League of Justicia?
The Gooch Patrol is gonna go first. Go Gooch Patrol.
I don't even want to like dignify that with, but sure, I'm happy to weigh in. Overall, like it was an entertaining film. I feel that it was a little rushed. Like they had that whole. It felt like they had to fit everything in 2 hours. It felt like It felt like they could have connected things better. Like there was obviously a lot of cuts made, and that could have really helped the storyline. I mean, if Lord of the Rings can get a 3-hour movie, why couldn't Justice League? It made, you know, it's just a different group. It's just a different fellowship. Like, makes sense. Like, I feel that the casting
with a different holy trinity.
I have a bias because I'm a big CW fan, so I have a bias towards their casting of Miller for Flash. And I didn't like.
We talked about this before. You are a very heavy proponent of.
James is the #1 Supergirl fan. You know.
Actually, not a big Supergirl fan. To be honest, I like White Canary a lot better. She is.
You can't just call them. What? You mean Canary, James?
No, because there's Black Canary and there's White Canary. There's.
I have to agree with him on this one.
Oh man, no, but yeah. I know you're a huge fan of the CW verse, and you've talked about your love for Grant Gustin and how you wanted him to play the Flash.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't 100% against their casting. I just thought that his comedy was just way too childish, and they didn't do a good enough job with the Flash. And I didn't like the animation of making like sparks fly whenever he runs. Like, it was visually sure, it was like flashy. No pun intended.
That's a good one.
But it was, I don't know. I didn't appreciate it too much. I'm still feeling out the Ben Affleck Batman. I'm neither for or against. Gal Gadot obviously is, you know, she could carry the film all on her own. But I think that the two characters that stood out, in my opinion, were Cyborg and Aquaman. Like, Cyborg's darker backstory was pretty cool. Like, I love that he was more of a brooding character, kind of getting used to he wasn't the Teen Titans booyah, even though he did say it at the end. That was cool.
Say booyah, yeah.
He did, so that was cool. And Aquaman, I super loved Aquaman. It's a big upgrade from Orange Spandex. So, like,
Hey.
it's not the Aquaman I grew up with, but hey, it just shows progress. You don't need
Dude,
Atlantean.
you need that.
No, the Atlantean looks like he should have been Aryan. Like, like he looked like Hitler's perfect dream vision back in the day.
So, Francis in the chat earlier today said that, oh, we have a Nazi hosting the show. I guess it's right. I guess Francis was right. No, but I get your sentiments, James. Yeah, but I do agree that he wasn't as bad as some people thought he'd be. Jason Momoa, he's Hawaiian. It makes sense that he could swim really, really fast.
I could swim
with CGI. Yeah, it had to be him.
Oh man, but yeah. So I do want to point out real quick that Liz Escalona in the chat. Hey, Liz, how you doing, girl? But I do want to point out. Did anyone else notice that Ezra Miller looked like he didn't know how to run?
Yeah, they underutilized.
It makes sense that he could
Especially
swim.
at the end. Especially at the end.
I could swim
With CGI. Yeah, it looked like he was skating.
Wait, I'm hearing feedback. I'm hearing ourselves from like a couple of seconds ago.
That was me. I apologize. There was comments,
That's cool.
and I clicked on.
You can mute that. You can mute the tab.
Yeah, I did. Just did.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool, man. Keep it playing, man. I love hearing my own voice. But yeah. Well, you saw that, right? It looked so weird that how he was running was like he looked like Phoebe and Friends.
Yeah, because Flash is one of my favorite superheroes. I feel that he's got so much power that they didn't utilize him well. Like, he tripped up. Like, it was like everyone else was a seasoned fighter, and then he was still the kid. Like,
Yeah.
This was before he was working in the crime lab. Before, it was, I don't know. I wasn't feeling that, guys. If they make a movie out of that Flash, yeah, I'd still probably watch it. But I wouldn't. I don't know if I don't know how much I'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
TBH.
Before we get to Jay, I do want to ask, like, do you feel like they almost kind of went Spider-Man Homecoming with it, where they did bring him in like as a rookie, he had no prior experience. Is that because when you mentioned that, that's kind of what I thought of.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay. Jay, man, give us some of your thoughts
On that particular topic or the whole thing.
Oh, like you can move on. Like, what else did you think of Justice League?
Well, I'm just gonna go with what James said. Ezra Miller is hit or miss for me, but I actually liked his acting, but I didn't like his Flash, because his Flash it felt like it was Wally West when he was playing Barry Allen.
Yes,
and
I was about to Yeah.
That's
as an old school DC fan, I've been reading since I could read. It's still weird, and as a Teen Titans fan, it's weird to see Cyborg in the Justice League.
Oh,
when
yeah.
He's a Titan, dude. Like, Vic is a Titan. So it's a bit weird seeing how the Flash is acting younger than Vic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
It's so weird, dude.
And I mean, you're totally right. It feels like he's not Barry Allen, which was our initial concern. We've had this talk about Flashes previously, about how it's hard to get the right person for the job. Ryan Reynolds would have fit as a Wally as well.
Wally West, he would have been a good Wally West.
He would have been.
Like we grew up with Wally. Like, he was our Flash. Like, Barry has been gone since Crisis on Infinite Earths in the 80s, dude. So like, when he came back in the DC universe, like in the 2000s, like that was our first Barry. So Wally West holds a special place in the hearts of people our age because he was the Flash in the comics for us. He was the Flash in the Justice League cartoons.
Yes,
that was Wally. That was
probably
Barry.
bigger.
Torch character.
Yeah,
Carrier.
so like I think if they just said that Ezra was playing Wally instead, I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Would have been so much better.
Yeah.
It's that attention to detail that I think the movie also lacks. I have a lot of reservations about the overall tone, but before we get to that, I wanna get your opinions on the rest of the cast. What did you guys think of Cyborg, since we're already on him?
He was a good surprise for me. Like
Oh.
he did. I didn't see him in the Comic-Con here. I was like, just he's gonna be.
Oh, I think Jay's cutting out. James, thoughts on Cyborg?
I agree with Jay. He was definitely a pleasant surprise. And leveraging off of what you were saying, it was of what Jay was saying actually. It was weird to see him acting so much more mature than Flash.
Yeah.
It was cool though. He was like a brooding character who was just kind of getting used to having all this power, and
exactly.
I liked it. I thought that his character was pretty cool. I enjoyed seeing him. And Jay's off completely. He'll come back.
Yeah. Well, he'll come back. Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty good. The only, I guess, in terms of the cast, other than my reservations with Flash, my only disappointment was the big bad. I didn't like how they wrapped things up.
Yeah.
Like, I felt
very
that
underwhelming.
I felt that could have gone on. Like, they had potential there.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Steppenwolf was a step and below. Jay,
Yeah,
you got cut off.
But what was the last thing I said?
I just remember your face going Cyborg.
Anyway.
Surprise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was a good surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with James. By the way, Steppenwolf was a bad choice for me. I think he would have been okay if it was a dark side centered film and he was there at the start. But for him to carry the whole thing, like, I wasn't invested at all, man. Like,
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure no one else was, dude. It's like,
yeah.
What?
He just felt really weak. You're saying, you could have come as a precursor to Darkseid, kind of like Silver Surfer-ish for Galactus.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been good. Like, he's too minor to be. Not that I'm saying any of the new gods are minor, because Jack Kirby was the best, but yeah, he needs to be an assist. He doesn't have the starting role.
He's not the big bad.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
It felt so weak. Though, yeah, that's my stand on that.
All right. What are your thoughts on the other newcomer, Jason Momoa as Aquaman? We already brushed on this earlier. I want to get your like full thoughts on Momoa.
He's so guapo. Like, for real. Damn.
All right, absolutely.
Like, he's got that rugged. It's gonna turn into the Man Crush Monday show, but he's got that rugged look, and I felt like the movie kind of undersold him. Like, there wasn't enough screen time for him to explore his depth.
Excuse me, Harold. By the way, depth, good pun. This show will not turn into the Jason Momoa show, Harold. Don't worry. We'll have a show just for that.
Just for Jason Momoa.
Just for Jason Momoa. We're gonna tackle his start in Baywatch Hawaii. Then we're gonna end with Justice League. All the way.
We'll just work down his IMDb page.
Yeah, man, that's what we're gonna do.
I mean, guys, his short hair back then, like, I never thought he'd grow into the man that he is today.
Remember his character with who had a love interest named Kikoa in Baywatch Hawaii. Like,
Oh my god.
they were the main team in that show, man.
Oh my god. That's hilarious that you remember that.
No, dude, remember when Superman from the Supergirl show went to Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, everyone was like, man, I'm so excited. I loved him in Supergirl, or like, I loved him in Teen Wolf, and I was like, man, I'm excited he was in Seventh Heaven, bro. And he was.
That's
such a
hilarious.
Seventh
that's so
Heaven,
weird.
when I see their happy faces smiling back at me. Seventh Heaven. I can keep going, but you know.
No, but
man.
just building off of what you were saying, Harold, I agree that they could have built him up a little bit more, but I think that I'm okay with how they portrayed him because he's getting his standalone like next year. So, like, I feel that's where they're gonna have. That's where we're gonna have a lot of opportunity to really. He's gonna be one of the bigger players in the DC universe now.
I agree.
Yeah. Wonder Woman, guys. Thoughts on Wonder Woman after her very...
Oh.
Okay, this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I did not find her standalone movie as good as everyone else thought it was. I thought it was fine.
What the fuck? Shut the front door.
Again, hey guys,
Shut
I
the
said
front door.
unpopular opinion. So let me get through this.
Shut the front door, Harold.
I think it was good. I think it was fine for the film it was. But you know, I think it really was the best that they'd produced. And you know, seeing her here, I think her role was too downplayed as well. Kind of like Jason Momoa, it suffered from, you know, like we just got her this year. I think we could have had a little bit more Wonder Woman on screen because, you know, I get that they tried to what?
I would not complain with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I get they tried to explain it in they tried to explain it through story. You know, they were saying that she was afraid to lead, but at the same time, it's like she was the big hit of the year for a lot of people. So like it made no sense that they didn't give her enough screen time.
Jay, I'll let you weigh in first.
I think they gave her too much screen time, dude. Like
in this movie?
They're milking the Wonder Woman success, man. Like every time something happens, I took off my glasses just for this. Every time something happens, you'll see like a cut to Diana.
Jay disappeared. Who's this superhero on the screen right now?
This is definitely a superhero now.
Right? Oh, thanks guys. No, but for real, like, did you not see like how every time something would happen with the team, it would just cut to her and she'll like she'll just have a reaction. Like it'll just be like it's like a The Office kind of thing for me. Like that's how it felt.
Yeah, you're
like,
right.
It's like a.
I work with children.
Right? It's like a come on, we've had it. I'm back.
So you're saying we've had enough, is what you're saying?
No, I think it ruined the flow of the movie. Like the scenes, some scenes were just not needed.
Okay. Are you talking about like
fine
when
with more good art, but it had to have made sense. It just
yeah.
She deserves better.
Okay. James,
Wonder
thoughts?
Woman.
Hearing it from Jay's perspective, it's like, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. They are trying to milk it. Because definitely Wonder Woman has been the best film that DC's cinematic universe has put out. That being said, it wasn't a perfect film by I guess my own superhero movie standards. I didn't like the big bad in that film. Like,
really, dude, Ares? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's really weak.
Liked the character. I didn't like the casting. The casting was shit.
Lupin from Harry Potter? Come on, bro.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Lupin from fucking Harry Potter.
I did not buy him as a ridiculously buff
God of War. Like, no, that was a little bitch ass professor. No, he's not the guy that she thought was the big. He was a more convincing Ares. Like, I would have been on board with that. But going back to Wonder Woman's appearance in Justice League, I feel that, while I do not mind her having as much screen time as they want to give her, they could have they didn't incorporate the team as well. Like, I feel that one of the benefits that Mar-vell has is that everyone got a good amount of screen time before they brought everybody together. Like, like there was enough build up on all of the different characters that people knew who people were. Yeah. And then, like
some Spider-Man, he just showed up in Civil War.
Yeah, but the thing is with Spider-Man, he's got that was his
everyone knows him.
But they know him. It was his introduction to a reboot. So.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So we're talking like character wise. Sure, people know the basics of Batman and they know the basics of Superman, but characters like Cyborg, like Flash, like Aquaman, these are not the more mainstream superheroes. And Mar-vell did a good job of taking the less known superheroes and making their story well put out. DC kind of just put everybody together. They're like, oh, people will know them, but mainstream audience, maybe not.
Honestly, that's a part I have a hard time like picking up on, because I just assume everyone knows comics.
Oh yeah. And I think for me at least, thanks for asking, guys. For me at least, I think what was
so James, how's
yeah, moving on. he's gonna close this out and just do the show by himself.
Man, I don't think I can carry a show by myself.
He's not gonna.
I love you guys too much. Did we just lose Jay again, or did he just turn off his camera?
No, I just turned off my camera.
But yeah, go Harold, please.
Okay. No, I think what they're lacking is, they don't have to try to be Mar-vell, but the thing is, what they're lacking is what Mar-vell is doing a good job of, which is expounding well on motivation, expounding well on the alter ego side of things. They can give us as much action as we can tolerate, and because again, action is great, but you can only have so much of it before it becomes derivative and boring. I can't watch a UFC fight for 24 rounds, but I need that interaction between the characters outside of fighting. I need the it's oh my god, it's Clark and AC just talking on the side and like doing their thing, and it's Barry just having a little chat with Diana. Like, I need more of that. I need more of the human side of things, so I can wrap my mind around who these characters are as superheroes. I need to know who they are as people before I can invest myself in them as superheroes, because without their backstory, they're just people in costumes that go out and fight the obvious bad guys. We don't get the, wow, he really has motivation to defend the world. It's just, okay, that's his job. He's a guy in a suit. He's a good guy. And that guy's got horns. He's a bad guy. Or those guys are obviously bad guys because they have wings and they look like insects. That when we got to the action parts, that's kind of how it felt. I wasn't as invested in the heroes because they could have been as generic as someone's creations on YouTube. Someone could have just had a costume fight on YouTube with random characters that they came up with, and that it would have had the similar effect on me because I wasn't as invested in these characters.
Good point. That's a good point.
Just give this guy an award. Damn.
No, but you know what I mean. Like like if they could have given us more story, like on Clark and his guilt and why he felt guilty, instead of just having it all implied. Like, I would have loved that little line where he was like, I don't not like you. That would have been so much funnier, because I loved it as it was because it was unexpected. But at the same time,
Dude,
if there was more behind that, I would have been like, yes.
Harold, can you say that again?
Yes, please.
One more, come on.
Let me turn off the bed music so I can clip that out in the future.
Damn it.
I don't not like you.
Dude, you sounded like Simple Jack, dude. That's why they didn't do it, Harold. You don't go full retard.
Hey man, you never go full. No, but you get what I mean. Is a lot of
We lost James.
That's so funny. You called him Simple Jack.
You lost me too. Ah!
Or like, you know, like it would have been like a Hulk thing to say, man. It would be like, the sun's getting really low, Harold.
Speaking of, how much, you know, just, I know we're on Justice League and whatnot, but quickly going to Thor, it's like Hulk talking so much was weird.
Hey, man. Hey, man. We're talking about Justice League, man.
Best character in the film, man. He was so much fun.
Anyway, let's get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
All right,
So yeah, I actually thought Justice League was kind of clunky. Like it was super obvious which parts were Whedon's and which parts were Snyder's.
Yeah.
Even the lighting, the script, you know.
Yeah.
But for the first time ever, for the first time since the first two Superman films, and yeah, I actually liked the Superman script this time. It felt right.
Ooh, yeah. Ben Affleck felt really good.
Yeah, like
I should clip that out.
It was like the problem with Clark's always been he was too dark, you know, like, but Superman's, you know, like a beacon of hope. He's a Boy Scout.
Character.
Yeah, he's serious, but he's lighthearted.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that, you know how they say that when you die and you get brought back, you lose a part of yourself.
Yeah, that was a good line.
I'm so happy that they lost the seriousness of that Superman.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Right? I like that.
Yeah.
Soundbite.
Mm-hmm. Code it, man.
Code it.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, overall, you know, the movie did lack a lot of things, but
hey,
if they started out with this kind of,
we didn't talk about the Batfleck, Harold.
Weren't we just about to talk about the Batfleck?
Oh, we were. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Sorry. Like, you know, the overall tone was great, but, you know, I do appreciate the fact that it was a lot more different than Batman v Superman. It was kind of what they should have started off with, this tone that we got in Justice League. If we started off with this, everything else would have fallen into place much easier for them. They wouldn't have had this much backlash.
I think the problem with superhero movies is, I mean, the problem comes up when you don't follow the source material. Like, that's really it. Because there's been years and years of stories written on these guys. Their characters are refined to the point where some people have a hard time writing them because everything's been done. So, like, it's weird for me to see how a character can be misrepresented or adapted in a movie when the material's all there. Characters already right? Well made. Like, what's up? Right?
Yeah. So, I totally agree.
I think, you know, I learned this before in, like, studying comics critically. Mar-vell works because Mar-vell is an allegory for things like a company for the Avengers, school for the X-Men, family for Fantastic Four, right? Mm-hmm. But DC, Marvel gives you characters you can be. They're relatable. But DC gives you characters you want to be. So I think that's how DC should make it. I mean, they should give us movies where it shows these characters and we come out with a reaction. I want to be that guy. I want to be that girl. Right? So, you know, if it's always so dark and so sad, are we going to have that reaction? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I agree with you.
That's true. I mean, I've always wanted to be, you know, Dr. Fate. Like, totally. What? Just trapped in a helmet.
Trapped in a helmet.
Makes so much sense. Like...
Why live my life when I can just be inside a helmet?
You know he takes over your body and you're like in the helmet, right? you won't be able to decide on anything, man.
This is true. No, I agree with that point, Jay. You made a very good, very compelling argument. I feel that when you look at the source, if you follow the source, you're gonna have a better film. You know, it's
Which is
just
what Marvel's doing.
Which is what Marvel's doing. I mean, there's some obvious changes, and I think the changes are only because it is different when you're telling a story in print versus when you bring it to a live action. And some things you gotta change, but Marvel has done a good job at bringing
deciding which ones. Yeah.
I think DC can. I wouldn't say, DC definitely shouldn't copy what Marvel's done, but they have a lot of opportunity. And I feel that Wonder Woman was the first step in the right direction. Justice League was it's continuing. Justice League.
It was a good step. I have to agree.
Yeah. It was a good step in the right direction. So when we go towards 2018 and the new films that are coming out, I'm excited. I like that little the first post-credit scene. That was an example of Superman's humor. That was lighthearted.
But why wasn't he running? Why was
that
he
was
fucking
bullshit,
flying?
right? That was bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree
Because
with
in the
that.
comics, I think they both run.
Even in the animated, that was a nod to the animated race when they first meet each other, right? And then
it just made me want to go, he's cheating! He's cheating!
I thought that was cool.
On the CW, Supergirl and Barry, they run on foot.
Yeah.
So,
oh wow!
I don't see what makes Cavill so special, dude. Speed can't touch the ground, the holy man.
It's the mustache. They were like, it's so hard to animate it while running. We have to do it while he's flying.
I think it was only obvious that it was CGI at the start, the video camera thing at the start.
I didn't even really notice it. I was trying to look hard, but things were moving too fast for you to really notice it unless you stop it.
I know I didn't like all the CGI. I mean, you can't really do a film like what DC wanted to do without CGI, but I felt that some of the CGI was a little bit one of the things that ticked me off about the CGI was that cornfield scene. You could do a real fucking cornfield. You don't need
that
a CGI.
real?
It looks fake.
It was so CGI, dude.
It was so CGI. And it's just yo, you can go to a fucking field.
No, dude, I think it was an actual field, but I think they were digitally placed there.
Oh, and I think that's also because they wanted it 3Dable, which is also another bad thing. Another bad thing about the film industry nowadays is everything has to have 3D in it.
I don't like 3D films. I watched both. I watched that and I watched Thor, both in IMAX, but 2D.
Yes, so much better.
Avatar is the only exception to that for me. Everything else.
Avatar made sense. I gotta agree with that.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan, man. You have to watch his films in 3D, dude.
Shyamalan.
Wrong Avatar, Jay. I think you're thinking of the wrong Avatar.
Sorry.
That one also might have benefited from 3D though. Could have gotten worse.
I've never seen The Last Airbender. I refuse to watch The Last Airbender.
I saw clips of it while I was scrolling through channels. And I was like, nah, I'm done.
I refuse.
It took 3 Earthbenders to carry a little rock, dude.
Yeah, no, I watched it. It was really bad.
It was bad, right? Oh man. All right. Final thoughts on? Oh, I think we lost Jay. There, he's back. Final thoughts on Justice League, so we can move on to the final parts of the show.
The bat vehicles need to be shaped like bats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because the first bat plane was shaped like a whale.
He's not the whale man.
He's not whale man, And it threw me off. It threw me off that scene. I was just looking at it. I was like, why is it a whale?
We're talking about the carrier, right? We're talking about the carrier?
Yeah. It was shaped like a whale, dude.
It did look like a whale. It was like he was being like, hey, Aquaman, check out my ship. It looks like a whale, right? Join the team.
Yeah, and if Aquaman was the pilot and he was just going the whole time, that would have been cool. But voila, it was Batman driving it. So
there's one final thing I want to add is I really hope they're not going to do it, obviously, but it'd be really cool if they had the invisible jet. That would be the best. Yeah. I'm down with the invisible jet.
And she has to spin, like with her hands out, to turn into the Wonder Woman costume.
We need
that would
that.
be amazing.
Yeah, that little GIF they posted online where she's doing that like half twirl. That was so cute. I was like, you're melting me. Ah. Okay. James doing the little heart.
I can't stop.
Can't stop now. You can't stop. Oh, Sam Kabang Bang over in the chat says Marvel is good at creating characters we care about. DC is good at creating characters we want to be. So that's how they should make their movies. Oh, he's quoting you, Jay. Wow, Sam is quoting you. Sam is quoting you, Jay.
Sam, I am.
Oh man, and he says he agrees, dude. Sam, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Guys, any more final impressions? Do you guys want to give it a rating, or do you just want to leave it at your impressions?
I went into it expecting nothing. I was satisfied, but 5 out of 10.
Ooh, okay. James.
I'd give it a 5 or 6. I think that it wasn't good, it wasn't bad. It was definitely more than I expected,
okay.
which was good. It was entertaining. Like I would watch it again. Like I'd watch it for the the action scenes. It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot that they could develop, but it was fun.
Yeah. If they give us more of the characters like I talked about earlier, definitely would watch the next one. I'd lean towards James more. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Definitely. It's kind of like Batman, I didn't not like it. That's kind of how I felt about the movie.
I was just waiting, to be honest. Like I was waiting for what would have been the best twist ever, is if we found out that the mother box's name was Martha.
So good.
Right? They would have been fighting Steppenwolf, and he would have been like, but Martha.
Oh, that would have been so funny.
Right?
Nobody would see that shit coming. Nobody.
Oh my god! All right.
Harold, bring back the bed music.
All right, let's go on. Let's go on a little. Let's change the pace a little bit. Here we go. We're changing the pace, guys, because in other news, since we've been talking about Marvel a lot anyway, we got some news, some pretty big news in terms of the MCU. We're possibly getting Jude Law as Captain Mar-vell. Jay, I know you got a couple things to say about
Mar-vell. He is Captain Mar-vell. His real name is Mar-vell.
Oh, sorry.
Just a correction there. Yeah, I'm excited, dude. Like, when growing up, dude, like he was the Captain Mar-vell. I mean, his character was already dead in the 80s, I think in a Jim Starlin comic. But yeah, Carol was Miss Mar-vell. She got her powers in an accident with him in an Air Force base, if I remember right. So he is an important character in the mythos of Captain Mar-vell, and I am so happy that he's being included. I mean, Jude Law wasn't my first pick; like he would have been far from it, but
he's not buff enough yet.
I'm just so happy that he's gonna be in the movie.
Awesome. James, you got any thoughts about Jude Law potentially joining the MCU?
I'm 100% behind Jude Law joining. I feel that he's a fantastic actor. I don't know enough about Captain Marvel. This iteration of the original Captain Marvel to really, I guess, speak on whether or not the casting is correct. But I do appreciate everything that Jude Law does. Like, I loved him in The Young Pope, one of my favorite shows. That was fantastic. He could do the American accent really well, so that's fine. Even though I love his British accent. Damn, it's like I'm crushing on all these heroes. Anyway.
Oi, but at least you didn't mention Chris Pine's eyes, when we mentioned Wonder Woman.
He's overrated.
Oh.
The only thing bluer than the ocean in that scene, man. I mean, he crashed into the water, And how the fuck could his eyes be bluer than the motherfucking ocean, man?
That's so true.
on.
Now that you mention it, his eyes were bluer underwater.
I was jealous. I was like, I want those eyes. Transplant them right now.
Yeah.
Siya
Yeah.
talaga guys.
Anime.
Mm.
Oh man. All right,
Keep
so let's move on. We got so much more to talk about and so little
Let's do
time.
it.
Josh Gad, guys, are you familiar with Josh Gad?
Yep.
Uh,
Book of Mormon,
and, Daisy-
Frozen.
Yes,
love
Book
that
of
guy.
Mormon.
The comedian.
And Daisy Ridley. Have you heard of that little indie actress, Daisy Ridley?
No, I don't think so.
So Josh Gad and Daisy Ridley are likely, or I think they already locked down the deal with Netflix to make a show called Super Normal. So it's gonna be according to the Nerdist, it's gonna be a character-driven comedy set within the superhero genre. So when I heard that, I initially thought of Powerless.
Yes.
But yeah, right. And you know, the fact that Netflix is getting this has me kind of optimistic.
I actually was a fan of Powerless, so
Yeah, dude, so good.
I'm still sad. And you know, I didn't get to see the Adam West episode. Like, I'm
Oh, you
so
should
mad.
you should go get it. It's out
I
there.
can't find it. I can't find it.
Oh no. Okay, well I'll redirect you later. Remind me after the show.
All right.
James, man, thoughts on Ray potentially? Well, actually, going to Netflix as a super heroine or in a superhero universe.
I agree. It's like just hearing that offhand is such a nod to Powerless, which I enjoyed thoroughly. I thought
That's good.
that concept is really cool because like whenever you talk about the superhero genre, you always talk about the heroes, the plight of the heroes, the plight of the villains, but there are so many subplots that are interesting that are affected on a day-to-day basis by what these superheroines and villains do. So having that kind of potential, I think it's great. I mean, you know, she's a fantastic, you know, it's Netflix has done a great job of taking these taking ideas and concepts and making them really good. Like, you know, we talked briefly offline about Punisher. I enjoyed it thoroughly. There's a lot of original Netflix that's coming out, and like Netflix Mar-vell series is, well, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot of things that I didn't like about it, but how they've done superheroes so far, you know, it's been overall a thumbs up. So this has good potential.
Awesome.
To add to that, I am so excited for the Agatha Christie adaptation because Daisy Ridley and Josh Gad are going to be in it. Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
So psyched for that.
Isn't that out already here?
It's out though.
No, I think it's going to be out next week for us.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Or it was just out yesterday, I think.
Yeah, I think it's already out.
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna watch it. Okay.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the next topics of note. There we go. That's what we talk about because we got a couple more things to discuss because I need to let you guys go because James has a long drive ahead of him. So here we go, guys. James Franco is pretty much that guy in Hollywood now that's getting to that point in his life where he could just pick whatever he wants to do and get it, and he's getting an X-Men film. He's getting a mutant film in The Multiple Man, aka Jamie Madrox. Jay, I know you got a lot to say about this, especially the fact that it's likely going to be under Fox unless something changes with that. So so go for it, man. What are your thoughts on Jamie Madrox and James Franco?
Okay, Jamie Madrox is important to me because he is, along with Cyclops, some of my favorite Marvel superheroes. Like Peter David's run on X Factor, both of them, it's one of my favorite X-Men comics ever. So Jamie Madrox has like a place in my heart, honestly. So I am hella worried with what they're gonna do with Jamie Madrox, dude. Like, I don't know which route they're gonna take, but I think it would make for a good movie because one cool thing about Madrox.
Oh no! One cool thing about Madrox.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Well, One cool thing about Madrox
is that when he sends out dupes, which are his clones, because when he gets hit, he creates a clone. Whenever he sends out a dupe to learn something, and he reabsorbs the dupe, he gets whatever the dupe has studied.
Oh yeah, that's true. He gets all the skills.
So what he did in Peter David's run, one of them at the start, so it's not a big spoiler, is he sends them out everywhere. And he reabsorbs them.
Yeah.
So he's like a freaking genius, dude. And I think that would look so good in a movie.
You think it would look good on
a movie?
On this guy right here? On this guy right here?
I don't know about Franco, but you know, like I don't know if he can do. I don't know if he can do a better job than McSteamy, dude.
Oh, you want McSteamy to be a Jamie Madrox again?
I don't want him to be Jamie Madrox again. But you know, if you know, McSteamy was the last one in X3, The Last Stand. He was Jamie Madrox in Magneto's army. And you know, if James Franco brings his A game, I think he can do it. It just really comes down to the script.
Well, Dave.
Hopefully Peter David is part of it somehow. That's it.
Yeah, I just want a cameo from that guy from Fresh Off the Boat, the guy who played a Kim Jong. Dave, it's really disturbing for me.
Randall Park.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Randall. There we go. Randall. I was trying to stall till I remembered his name. Yeah, like
James Franco in that movie though has said one of my favorite lines ever, and it's
which one?
It's a. I thought you were Sam, but you're a Boromir. You're such a Boromir. Such a Boromir thing to say.
That's such a good line. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
the best.
Man, that movie had a lot of gems. James, man, do you have any thoughts on James Franco playing a superhero?
Just looking at it, like I guess I'm not as definitely not as invested in the character as Jay is. Obviously, Jay is our resident comic book guru, so I would fall under more of the, I guess, more
filthy casual. Oh, sorry.
What'd you say?
Mainstream. I didn't say filthy casual. I said mainstream.
Say it to my face, huh?
Mainstream. Is that loud enough?
Coming for you, Jay. But I think that Franco can, like, he's a good enough actor to be able to pull it off. Like, you know, it's going back to my comments with Jude Law. Like, you know, you got these great actors that I think they're up to the challenge, and I feel that because of someone from my perspective who doesn't know the character as well, I can't really comment on if it's good enough casting, but I'm confident in their acting abilities. So, and it's just listening to Jay explain what this character can do. You know, I remember him from Magneto's army, and I felt that he was probably one of the cooler guys. Like, actually, he was definitely one of the. He stood out. Like in a shit movie, like he stood out. So
yeah.
And if it is Fox taking this film, that is a point of worry. But with the whole conversation with Fox selling their rights back to Disney, who knows? Like,
hasn't happened yet. Hasn't
happened yet.
But we'll see.
I think when the news came out last week,
yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. For the betterment of comic kind. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. All right, moving on. We're on our last three topics. I know. We're on our last three topics, guys. We got our first look at Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo, thanks to a movie theater putting his image on their 25th anniversary cups. Probably the oddest way to reveal a character's look, and unintentional. Since then, the theater has pulled back the release of these cups, and they've replaced them. But, you know, we got a first look, and he looks better than I thought he would. He still looks a little awkward to me, but better than I thought. I only play appropriate music for this.
I'm gonna start because James is the expert, so I defer to him on this. But
Okay.
haven't we had enough savvy, good-looking, smooth Rebel pilots? Because we just had.
Oh, we just had. I'm gonna assume he's gonna say Poe Dameron and Diego Luna. Is it Diego Luna?
Yeah, Juan Solo in Rogue One.
What's
What's his name? Cassian or something?
Cassian?
I just call him Juan Solo. That's what I say. So
Juan Solo, that's good.
So haven't we had enough like good-looking, suave pilots, James? Are we ready for a Han Solo film? What happened to James?
He's typing on something. I'm gonna keep going. In my opinion, since he is playing the OG smuggler in our hearts, I think you know, why not? Why not? But at the same time, I would have. You know, you're right. We got two smooth, slick pirates to take on the mantle. I said pirates, but I also meant pilots.
Well,
but
we
it
only
worked
have
out
one
anyway.
because Juan Solo is dead.
I know, that's true. That's very true. But
Yeah.
in terms of screen time,
Sorry,
you know,
Cassian.
we did,
Cassian.
yeah, Cassian.
Sorry.
We did have him recently, so I think this would have been a good time to give us more Jedi. You know, we
Oh, yeah.
didn't really
Yeah.
get enough Jedi in The Force Awakens. There was a lot of Jedi teasing.
But Harold, I just don't want to see the Kessel Run.
I mean, you know, the Millennium
I
Falcon
don't-
can do it
I
in
don't
under
wanna
12
see it.
parsecs.
Why?
I want it to remain a legend, James. I don't want to see
Oh, that's
like
so,
them
that's a good idea.
underwhelm,
fair point.
be underwhelming. It's like the best thing in my head, you know. Like in terms of like Battlestar Galactica, like a fight scene or something, you know. So like I'm afraid, James.
You don't want them to ruin it with on-screen time.
Yeah, like in
point.
my head, like 12 parsecs is like amazing, but what if it's just like a minor thing, pala? Right?
Yeah.
Because what is a parsec? Parsec is not
Exactly.
even a unit of time. It's a
Exactly.
distance. Like it doesn't make sense. But it doesn't
like-
need to make sense.
Yeah. Suspension of disbelief, man.
Yeah. All right,
But
James,
what if they
thoughts,
do
man?
such a bad job?
I
That's
agree.
my worry.
I agree with what you said, Harold, that it is such an awkward character reveal, like super, like cups. Like, really? I'm not sold yet. I'm not sold on this Han Solo. I feel that it could. What were you doing? Why was it jumping? Zoom in and out. Zoom in and out. No.
Oh, he's giving you the Wonder Woman shots in Justice League.
Got it. I'm not sold yet. Like, I feel that there's potential. I'm obviously looking forward to any, like, I feel the way that Star Wars has gone, especially like looking at Episode 7, looking at upcoming 8 and 9. I have a mixed feelings towards it, just because one, I was so into, just like with Jay, you know, follow the source. There's a source that was there, you know, but then nothing is canon anymore. So
But now it's all legend.
yeah, it's all legend, it's all lore, it could be something that they kind of
Could
nod
be.
to.
I mean, if they brought back Thrall, right? Thrawn pala, Admiral Thrawn.
if they brought back Ron,
They
that
can
would
bring anyone in.
if like Rebels is great. I've been watching Rebels also. It's been great. The Yu Zhang Vong invasion would have been an awesome
Ooh,
arc.
yeah.
That would
And
be-
Jaina and Jason Solo. Jaina.
That's where
Heart.
I thought they were going with
yeah.
with
Daisy
Daisy-
and
you know, emo Darth Vader, like
yeah.
you know, Kylo Ren, because that's exactly. Yeah, I mean, but it was a nod to it. Like you saw where they took some of the information,
Mm-hmm.
and you know,
Except
but
Chewie didn't get crushed by a moon.
yeah, Chewie didn't get crushed by a moon, which I'm okay with. I like that's one of the changes that I'm okay with. But going back to the Han Solo cups, I'll just have to
Solo cups.
Ding. I feel that it was so awkward, just such
Yeah.
an awkward character reveal, and I think it was just like a mix-up. Like someone fucked up. Like
Definitely.
someone's like, oh wait, we're not supposed to use this guy, but we have all this stock footage. Hold
we
up.
have all those cups.
Oh no.
What cups are we gonna use now?
What
Order
cups
hella-
are we gonna use now? Oh man. All right.
Like I'm excited, as I will be with any Star Wars film, but I'm not sold yet.
Indeed. All right. Godspeed, Han Solo, and we'll see. I mean, likely we're gonna get Chewie, so it can't be all bad. All right, guys, we're gonna zoom through this next one and then nail down a little bit on the last one so that we can ride off into the sunset. Everyone, what was that playing? Everyone's favorite '90s sister trio from Charmed apparently are likely to get a reboot.
Wait. Do you mean Phoebe, Piper, and Prue, or Piper, Phoebe, and Paige?
That's the question, isn't it? That's the big question. We don't know.
That's
because
true.
there are no details yet, aside from the fact that it's likely that the original cast might not get the chance to reprise their roles or even be on the show.
I thought it was gonna be a continuation of the show.
That's what some people thought, but apparently it's gonna be a reboot. So I just wanted to bring that up and get your thoughts. Do you guys think that it's a? Oh, sorry. What's that, James?
I'm just looking at the link because I was like, I was just waiting for Milano. Like she has my, like that was like one of my first crushes. Like,
the girl who stops time, dude. Something Combs. Yeah.
The one that nods and just goes, and things stop.
No, that's Prue.
Oh, that's Prue. Okay.
Yeah, Piper's the one who makes time stop.
Okay. Yeah, but do you guys think that this is a time to have Charmed? Do we really need a Charmed reboot right now?
No, I don't think we need a Charmed reboot.
I don't think it's necessary, to be honest. Like, there's so much other things that we could have. Like, and I don't think, like, sure, it had a big following at the time, but you could do so much else. Like, why reboot? Like, think of something new.
Yeah.
I mean, just because it was really successful in the 90s and early 2000s. Come on, guys. You don't have to shut everything that was good then.
I'm just scared for the time when Dawson's Creek gets a reboot. Like, don't touch that shit, man.
With which one?
Yeah, man. Dawson's Creek.
I don't want to wait.
Wow. Okay. That's the new intro for the Geekcast starting next week.
You know, is it gonna be Joey and Pacey, or Pacey and Dawson? God. Oh, sorry, right. Joey and Dawson. What? I put Pacey and Dawson together. It's like something that would only happen in Tumblr.
Oh my gosh! All right, guys. Last point of business, so that James can finish packing and head out. DC is doing Crisis on Earth X. I know, man.
I saw it.
I saw. All right, DC's doing Crisis on Earth X, and it's looking good. It's looking really good. What do you guys think?
Okay,
I am excited. Sorry.
Because I'm a big fan of the CW verse. But one, I feel Arrow is way too dark, and I've just never been a fan of Supergirl, and I haven't been watching. I'm not religiously watching both. Prior to this crossover event, is there any episodes that I need to catch up on, or is there any other crossover not?
You should have seen the crossovers with Supergirl and Flash.
Like before? Yeah. Is there a new one?
You should watch Invasion.
I've seen Invasion. I've seen Invasion. Like, that was fantastic. I loved it.
Yes. Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah, to answer your question, yeah, like nothing from this season that you need to watch before this one. I think these are good standalone ones, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So what did you guys think of the trailer?
I have my comments, but I'll go to Jay.
Oh, do I start?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, first off, I have to disagree with James. I think Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow are the two best ones out of the four.
Amen.
I'm Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. Like, those are my
actually
two.
Flash and Supergirl.
Like, Legends of Tomorrow feels like a comic book team up. It feels like Brave and the Bold. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun. And they even have JSA members. I love it. But yeah, like the thing I'm most excited for in this crossover is the fact the Ray, a member of the Freedom Fighters, is gonna be making an appearance from what I hear. She's gonna be a new character, gonna be a new superhero. But yeah, like the only show I don't look forward to is Arrow. It's like it's Batman that's too dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will be watching the crossover. You know me, I'm a sucker for timelines, for crossovers. How I get my enjoyment from comics is making a timeline in my head with what happens. That's how I have fun. So I'm excited to see all these different worlds. But I think I may be wrong, but I think I saw the Superman Red Sun logo on the evil Supergirl.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that was the one.
That was cool. That was cool. I like that. That was a good nod.
All right, James, man, thoughts?
I'm pretty excited. I mean, that Red Sun logo would be. I think you're correct. I mean, it's weird though if like they're Nazis, but then Red Sun was Soviet. So I don't know. Get your dictators correct.
That's true. You're right.
Might have been a modified.
Well, yeah. I mean, which is fine. I mean, I feel that again. I'm a big CW verse fan. I love the crossover. Invasion was a great like 4 episode spanning crossover. I like that they're doing just 2 episodes, and I hope they wrap it up crisply. Like that's one of the things that sometimes I feel the episodes it gets wrapped. Like it'll be good, and then dragging, and then they wrap it up really quick. I mean, that's one of the issues that I have with Flash. Like, they always seem to wrap up Flash real quick. They're getting better
wrap it
at
up
that.
in a flash.
They're getting better at it. So it looks like something that when they combine everybody, it's going to be awesome. I mean, I'm a big fan of
James, they're not going to combine everyone. That's Voltron, dude. Get your characters straight, man.
I can't believe it. That was in my head, but I was like, should I do it? Oh, man. All right. But yeah, so...
You look like a giant with your little bottle of wine.
I know, he
it's
does.
a tiny bottle of wine. No.
I don't
What is that?
not like it.
It makes my hands look bigger.
All right, Trump.
Oh! We're not gonna get political on the show. We're not gonna get political on this show.
We're not getting
yeah.
But my final comments about it. I am very much looking forward to the crossover event. Evil Supergirl looks quite hot, actually. So, hey.
Jim's like, hey.
I think
Call me girl.
Melissa Benoist in any version of Supergirl would be extremely attractive. So
Agreed. You know, that's fair.
We don't have to say it. It's said.
But I'm sure she appreciates it when we do. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying the show.
I love you, James. Very forward of you.
Hey, she's still single?
Is she? I thought she was getting married.
No, she was married.
She was married. Okay.
And then she became single. So,
Now she's with the girl who plays Mon-El. The guy who plays Mon-El, I think.
Oh, is she with him now? Wow.
I think so. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's a little awkward nowadays. But okay, guys.
Give characters relationship.
It's weird if Cat Grant's son shows up again, which was her actual husband before.
Ooh, that's weird.
That would be
That's
weird.
All right, guys.
Okay, shake off the awkwardness. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, we gotta wrap things up. Shake it off, guys. This is the part of the show where we have to say goodbye. It's been an amazing, giant-sized team-up for the 50th episode, and guys, I gotta say, amazing show. It's so good to have you back on, James. It's so good to have you back on.
It's great back.
I can't believe we've done 50 of these officially and 77 in total. Gosh dang it, man. All right. I don't want to end. I feel like I'm not going to see you again, James.
Don't worry.
All right, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quit Stalling Geekcast, James?
Well, you can find me on my Instagram. It's at
Rebels underscore
rebel_scum 1980. I'm not really on Snapchat anymore. Like, I just don't use it as much. So check me out on Instagram. That's where all my shenanigans happen.
Shenanigans.
You could also check me out on Twitter. But it's really if you want to learn more about Japanese investment in the Midwest.
Wait,
like, I
you
don't.
have Twitter now? You have
work
Twitter now?
You have Twitter now?
It's work Twitter. I've had Twitter for like 2 years, but it's all work-related stuff.
Oh.
So,
Hey man, I want to learn about Japanese
I'm gonna
investment.
keep
Hook me
tagging
up.
it. Yeah.
Hook me up. What's
check
the
it out.
Twitter?
It's, GMI at GMI James.
One word?
Yeah, one word.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm about to flood you with some geeky stuff. Hey, nice profile picture.
Thank you. I call myself
don't
the
look
international
real.
man of media.
You look like an action figure version of yourself in your profile photo. That's a really good toy, James. I can't wait to get the International Man of Media action figure.
Comes complete with newspaper.
What? You gotta get it now then, while supplies last.
Order now
All
before
right.
the holiday rush.
All right, James. Hope to see you again on the show soon. Jay, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quit Stalling Geekcast?
I can be found on Twitter, and James is actually packing his stuff right now. I can be found on Twitter at JNEating89. But before I go, I just want to say, watch Punisher, but watch Things in Order, and read Runaways by Brian K. Vaughan and Joss Whedon before you watch the show, so you appreciate it more. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Dude, yeah, that's amazing advice. That's actually really good advice. And if you want to find out
Runaways,
more...
one of the best Marvel comics I've ever read, so, get on it. Read it, and then watch it. I don't know about the show, but I know about the comics, and the comics are great.
Awesome. And if you want to find out more about me, check out at Herald Plays on any social media, be it Twitter, Instagram. I'm on YouTube. Just search for Herald Plays, and I'm also on Twitch, twitch.tv/Herald Plays. You'll find all my video game playing over there. I play World of Warcraft. I play some Overwatch. And this weekend, actually, I, along with my Game Bite co-host Diego Z and Nick de Guzman, and of course Juancho, will be hosting the Quit Stalling Online Overwatch Open, and that's going to be super fun. We're going to be giving away loot boxes to those in the chat, so please tune into that. It's going to be really good. We got, I think, 4 teams competing this weekend, and another 2 teams competing next weekend. So it's going to be good, guys. Tune in for that. If you want to find out more about Quit Stalling, head on over to www.quitstalling.us or www.quitstalling.us. We're on Facebook and on Twitter at Quit Stalling Us. We're on YouTube. Just search for Quit Stalling or go to bit.ly/Quit Stalling with a capital Q and a capital S. Right now, you're probably watching us on Twitch or on Facebook, but Twitch is twitch.tv/Quit Stalling. You can find our show schedules right below there, along with all our other social media links. Ignore SoundCloud because we are no longer on there. So I have to remove that logo. Well, we're there, but we're not going to be updating it anymore because they refuse to take my credit card, and that's their loss. And of course, we're on Instagram at Quit Stalling. Check that out, guys. This has been an amazing 50th episode. I can't thank you guys enough. James, Jay. Oh man, it's been an honor doing the show with you guys for the past year and a half. And I'm looking forward to episode 100 next year.
Hells yeah.
Yeah,
episode
man.
100 is pretty much just going to be a clip show.
So it's always a good show when the Gooch is on.
Hey.
Oh yeah. All right. We gotta go, guys. We gotta go. But thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Not same bad time. We'll keep you posted on the show times and schedules. But guys, thank you for tuning in. Bye, everybody.
Different bat time, different bat channel.
Oh yeah. Episode 50 has been a success. We outie. This episode of Quit Stalling was brought to you by the Quit Stalling Podcast Network. We will see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.